Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you're all doing fabulous. I hope you're all choosing to be the versions of self that have exactly what you want. I hope that's what you're doing. I really do. You have no excuse. You should be doing it. If you would like to work with me in any way, shape, or form, all of that information is in the drop box below. Always to connect with me. Always to connect with me. Meaning if you want coaching with me, emergency coaching, info's in that drop box below. Including my other YouTube channel, which is Kimberly's Other Life. And thank you to so many of you who have joined me over there. My God, you've gotten, I think I've said this already, but you got me over 2,000 and it is really, really steadily growing. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. It means the world to me that you're here with me. Here. Didn't make sense. Anyway, if you are new, how you doing? I'm Kimberly and I am obsessed with getting what I want. Getting it in a timely fashion. Yeah, I'm obsessed with manifestation and I love talking about it. You're all my manifestation buddies. So I would love for you to subscribe and please come back and see me. Let me know that you've subscribed. Let me know who my new friend is. Thank you very much. Also, in that drop box below is all the information regarding my 3 channel memberships. The one I talk most about is my VIP Advanced Manifestors. That is the group where we deep dive manifestation. We are studying all the books. We're going back to the greats, okay? The greats. Not just somebody in a YouTube video great. I mean the original greats. The originals who discussed manifestation. We are studying that, deepening our knowledge. So therefore, we can realize that we don't have to shit ourselves over our 3D, and everything is really working out in our favor. So I suggest you join that group because that group also gives you access to every other channel membership. It's a 3 for 1. 3 for the price of 1, kind of. If you join the VIP group, you have, like I said, access to all the other memberships, including all of the recordings of the previous sessions. Okay, it's a good group. I suggest you join. We also have the exclusive lives group. That is the group that is Zhuzh only. We only talk tips and tricks, no circumstances. You got circumstances you want to ask me about? You want to come over to that hot seat group. The hot seat, if you only join the hot seat, you do have access to the exclusive lives. Just saying. So that's the group. Yeah, you can ask me anything you want regarding your sitch. So let me shut up and jump into today's video. This is a requested video regarding the little short I put up a few weeks ago regarding self-love. So how does self-love, get into manifestation? And I know that's something we hear about quite often. You've got to love yourself. You've got to, put yourself on the pedestal. If you don't love yourself, how can you expect anyone else to love you? So you must conquer self-love first. Well, I'll tell you right now, that kind of talk used to trigger the absolute shit out of me. It used to really upset me because I didn't know what that meant. Well, what do you mean self-love? Should I go get my freaking nails done? Do I need, to count me going to the hairdresser? That's me loving myself? What is self-love? Because I would equate that to pampering myself, right? And I think a lot of people still think of it that way. Or they equate it to their own self-esteem. What their self-esteem is, right? And in a sense, I guess everything I just listed could be a part of the equation. But what changed the game for me and made me realize that it is a huge misconception how self-love is discussed in the manifestation community. And I mean all of the manifestation communities, including law of attraction, law of assumption. It is a misconception. The beauty of this is you already have the cheat code to self-love and you just aren't aware of it. You see, God, universe, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, the absolute. God is love. God is unconditional love. You and I are children of God, manifestations of God. If you don't believe in God, that's perfectly fine. Insert the word you do and know that you are in some way a creation of that thing. So if you believe in the universe, well, the universe made you. And here's the beauty of it. It's within you. God is within you. Universe, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, your subconscious mind. It's all creations of the absolute. If the absolute is unconditional love, if God is unconditional love, and you and I are made from God, well, there you go. There's your cheat code. You already are love. That's what your true nature is. It's what my true nature is. Love. Let me give you an example. Why do you think there are so many near-death experiences? In the cases of people actually being physically, scientifically dead for moments. They all come back kind of talking about the same thing. And it is this instant connection, this instant knowing, this feeling that is so indescribable as love, but it's more than love. Go Google and watch it on your own so you don't have to take my word for it. But they all have an experience that somehow signifies, number one, that we are all connected in consciousness and we are more than what we believe we are here on this planet. But we are already love and we are already loved by the all, the absolute. So for any of you out there who may be fearing that you don't know what self-love is, or you're afraid you're not doing it right, you already are it. That's who your true form is. Unconditional love. Unconditioned consciousness. You already are that. When you close your eyes, what do you see? Probably darkness, like I do, and little bits and pieces of weird little particles, little color particles that go all over the place. But also, I can see what I think. Pictures of what I think is there. I don't know how it's there. It doesn't feel like it's actually there. It doesn't really look like a movie to me, but it's my thought. You're doing the same exact thing. We are more than our physical bodies. And a lot of what's talked about out in the 3D world regarding self-love is really kind of codswallop, kind of bullshit. A lot of what you have heard about manifestation out there is kind of bullshit. It's everyone's individual perspectives on how this all works. And it's why it gets so misconstrued. It becomes so difficult. And I've said this before, it's not even like it's their fault. It's just where they are in consciousness. It's their experience so far. And because of that magical golden rule that what you believe to be true will be true, well, they're experiencing the evidence of what they believe. So they're not necessarily wrong. But if you find yourself stressed out over thinking that you need to meet all these qualifications in order for you to manifest what you want, you can go ahead and check off the self-love category because you already are it. You already are pure, unconditional love. You are already all equipped with all the tools, all the things, all the necessary things that we need to qualify to be a master manifestor. You already are wired to do it. You already have the tools. You just weren't aware of it Because manifestation is absolutely nothing more than you becoming aware of being who you want to be. So if you're someone manifesting a specific person, your goal is to become aware of being the you that has your specific person or has the relationship with your specific person, because that you, that version of you, already exists. Everything you could ever want, every answer to every possible question that you could ever face exists. So you don't have to qualify for anything. You don't have to do a special self-love routine, a self-love process. Now, don't get me wrong. Outside of what sounds like logical and literal, loving yourself, believing you are, beautiful inside and out. I'm not trying to tell you that those are bad things. No, we all should love ourselves and believe that we are absolute perfection. We were God's creation. Yeah, we are already amazing. And it certainly feels better to be aware of knowing that and believing that and accepting that for ourselves. So I'm not trying to say that it's something you should throw away. I'm saying there doesn't have to be this long process for you to be that version of yourself, or to be aware of already knowing you are self-love. You do love yourself. You just forgot. That's all it really is. You forgot. And you're remembering yourself. You manifested this video for yourself. You were the inspiration why I made this video. We're all connected in consciousness. And literally, there are no coincidences. Everything you're experiencing is absolutely a part of the timeline of whatever version of self you're choosing to be. So this isn't a coincidence if this video popped up out of nowhere for you. You were meant to watch it. And I'm not trying to sound corny, because I know some of those video titles can be corny. But I mean it. You needed to hear this. It's why it showed up for you. You don't have to be so stressed out over all these things you have to achieve in order to get your desire. The desire was already yours long before the idea of it ever entered your mind. That's why we say creation is finished. Because it is. As Vadim Zeland would say, it's all waiting in variant space. It's there. Done. Waiting for you to decide you're it. Waiting for you to choose it. But it's already created. You are creating nothing. So I think when we finally understand that main principle here, that you are creating nothing, you are just becoming aware. That should take a lot of stress off your shoulders. This is why I say, you don't have to stress yourself out trying to figure out how something can come to you. Some of you get so wrapped up in, I don't see how this could ever happen. Well, good. You don't have to. That was never your job, my friend. Your job was just to become aware of being the version of you that has whatever that is. And from there, you can trust that every single thing you're experiencing is leading you to it. So there's not a qualification of a certain level of self-love that you must achieve in order for you to have the experience of a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. You already are love. You already are love. So as far as that saying goes, you need to put yourself on the pedestal. Well, there's nothing wrong with getting your ass up on that pedestal. The beauty of it is you've been up on the pedestal since the first moment God thought of you, you were on that pedestal. You just forgot it. You just weren't aware. And now you are. So how does self-love come into the equation to manifest a specific person? Well, first and foremost, again, once you are aware that you already are love, that should take some of that pressure off your shoulders, okay? First of all. But when we're manifesting a specific person, instead of thinking about all these qualifications you have to reach, instead think about, how do you want to feel? How do you want to be treated? That's what's important, is knowing what you want, knowing what experiences you'd like to have, thinking about how you would like to feel about yourself day to day, moment by moment. It's really, those are the questions you should ask yourself, right? So it's not about how much you love yourself. Has to be relevant to manifest a specific person, only if you believe that it does or that it is. It's what you believe that matters. So when I wanted to manifest a specific person, I had that fear of, well, I don't know if I have self-love. I don't know if I love myself enough. I like myself and I like buying myself shit. Is that self-love? And the funny thing is once the whole, oh my God, I already am love. Oof, lots of pressure, gone. But then, like I said, the questions you should be concerning yourself with is, when you're aware that you are God's creation, the universe's creation, the next form of thought should be, well then shit, I must already be amazing. I just need to know it. I just need to start remembering that there's nothing about me that makes me so nasty or gross that someone else couldn't love me for me. You see, that's one of the things I wanted to experience, of being in a relationship and being loved just because it's me. Instead of focusing on, well, maybe I don't love myself enough. No, I already am love, so I know I'm enough. I have just forgotten. Manifesting a specific person is about becoming aware of what you want to experience in a love relationship, included with what you think about your specific person. Now, some of us do have opinions of ourselves that aren't that great. Those things, yes, we want to stop resonating with. Most of the time what I hear is people not, liking something about their appearance, or they don't feel like they have, the best career, or they don't have a good enough personality. So it's all things picking at ourselves, but it really boils down to the good enough belief. So think of it from the perspective of, if you were created by the utmost unconditional love, you're God's child, you're God's creation. So you must be pretty perfect and pretty amazing already. You just forgot. You forgot that you were worthy and deserving of all of your desires, because your desires are God's desires. You forgot. So the idea is to become aware of being the you that can have the experiences that you want to experience. But again, there are no necessarily qualifications that you must tick off in order to get this. It's simply you becoming aware of it. You accepting for yourself that you are more than worthy and deserving, more than enough to have anything in life. You are more than enough to have the relationship with the most amazing version of your specific person. So you don't have to ask that question, do you love yourself enough? It's becoming aware that you are already the self that you need to be in order to experience what you want. That already exists. It's already there. It's done. It's waiting. That version of you who already knows that she's self-love or he's self-love already because of who you are. There's a version of you who isn't fighting with that, isn't concerned about proving it to itself. There's a version of you who's already all the beliefs necessary, per se, I'm using that word loosely, necessary to experience what you're desiring right now in this moment. All you got to do is become aware of that version of you and start entertaining the idea that you are that self. You already are all that which you want to be. You already are it. You just got to be aware. Know. Put the focus on. That's it. I cannot stress it enough. You putting your focus on knowing I'm already who I need to be, or I'm already enough. I'm already the me that is in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship, or will be in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. That is enough to bring it to you. It is enough because you are already enough. You just forgot. You got sucked back into the dream, which is your 3D reality. Really, this whole manifestation thing is just about becoming aware of already being who you want to be. That's it. Nothing more from there. Nothing. Honestly, nothing. But if you are someone that is very hung up on believing, no, I feel like I need to be chosen. I feel like that's how I always feel, that I'm never chosen. I'm never the person chosen. You're not wrong. That's the version of yourself you have been embodying. Time to become aware of being the self that is chosen. Boom. Done. That's enough. You just have to become aware of being the self that has whatever it is you want. That's it to manifestation. That's it. It's not about the levels of how much you love yourself. That's where we get so entangled with rules. The only rule is awareness, if we want to call it a rule. But really, awareness is what we're doing at every given second of our life. Being aware of being. Don't get wrapped up in logical thinking. That's where we get tripped up. You have already reached the qualification of self-love. It's already done. You already are that. It's your true nature, love. And it's your specific person's true nature. Which is why, to get specific person to change, we just have to become aware of being the self that is in the relationship with a particular version of your person. And that's why that's enough. That's why just saying that affirmation is enough to bring it to you. The only reason why it may feel like that's not enough is because you're thinking logically and literally. Just saying. So we can skip that step. If you're someone that needs a process, check that one off. You've already fulfilled it. You are love. So, on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.